What up, guys? Climax Combo here again. I'm Checkers,
And I believe I'm Licious Kid.
and we're gonna be wrapping up leaks for Tokyo Revengers. The full set list is out at the time that we are recording this, so we're just gonna be going over any notable cards and any uh
What we believe are the stronger builds in our opinion. There were a couple more days leaked for Tokyo Revengers, but Golden Week kind of messed everything up. So we just decided to do it like this.
Yeah. So to start this video off, we'll go over one card from the TD. This 3/4 event. It's a backup. You can discard 2 cards, choose one battling character, deal X damage to your opponent, and then that character gains the following ability of this cannot deal damage to players, and X is equal to the character's soul, which is crazy. It's essentially
both a defensive and an offensive backup, right? That's kind of insane.
One more cost than typical no damage backups.
Good point.
This is like, I guess you still have to ditch 2, but I don't think that's going to be that hard for this deck. Or the builds kind of rely on building up a bunch of stock. They have a lot of ways to keep their hand up, I think. So this is like, if you use this against a level 3, like a game ender, and it's also X equal to the character's soul if they're using like a 1k1 combo. It'll be dealing 3 damage back to your opponent.
And if they trigger 4, like your opponent kind of has to be a little scared of this, right? If they're 3-3, 3-4, they might not be able to front because this is going to pop off before their own attack even pops off, right? So pretty scary event backup, especially for a trial deck.
Yeah.
It's nuts, man.
This card seems pretty crazy.
Agreed. A bit heavy, yes, but I mean, has to be, right? Or it'd just be too broken.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think this card is legit, though. And that's it for the trial deck. So now we're just going to go over a couple notable cards from the boosters. First up, we got this 3/2 Takemichi, 8k. He's an assist. So all your revenge characters in front of this card gains plus 2k and the following ability of pay 1, discard a revenge character. When this is front attack, you can pay cost. If you do this turn, this card cannot be reversed. Second effect, when it's played from hand to stage, look at top 3 and put them back on top in any order. Then choose one of your opponent's characters and return it to hand. This card, I think, is pretty legit. I mean, the fact that you can like prevent your opponent from reversing your characters is pretty nuts, especially if your opponent is focused. If their game ending is requiring them to reverse your characters, this Takemichi is obviously going to put like a kink in their plans. And you choose when to do it when they're front attack, which makes it even more broken. So you could just, your opponent has to play around this card so hard while you just kind of sit on it and laugh. And it's also a 2k assist, which is so good. And its other on play effect is actually quite nice, like checking top 3 and then bouncing opponent's character. I think bouncing does have more merit as the meta kind of evolves, especially like, stupid cards like 3/2 Paul from Mushoku. You could bounce something like that. So on play is not bad, and its other effect can just low key win you some matchups. I think this card is pretty insane. Of course, a very good standby target too. And I mean, this card, I think it has to be a tech 1 in any build that can use yellow, right? Like,
this is a mandatory card. This card's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Like, I don't know why this card can just own some decks, Yeah. So, I mean, so good. I mean, I think just 1, but hey, if you run 2, you give both your characters unreversible, and if their game ending requires them to reverse something, it's kind of GG. They're just attacking you with vanilla attacks, and nowadays that's not good enough. So high hopes for this card. Pretty broken, I think. Next up, we also have this 1/1 Akun by himself, I don't think he's that great, but I think with 0 Mikey, it's really good. So this 1/1 Akun, pretty standard card. 4K. When this card is reversed, if you have 2 or less cards in memory, you may send him to memory. But his other effect is a stock Adachi. And very standard card, but I think it's pretty nice because of the 0 Mikey here, which is pretty cool. 500 power, 2 effects at the start of your climax phase. Choose one of your revenge characters, and it gets X power, and X is equal to that character's level times 1000. But a second effect is you tap, choose one other character, and until the end of your opponent's next turn, it gets +1 level. So this Mikey can actually target your opponent's character too. And with an Adachi Akun, of course, you can literally just kill anything. You can even kill level 3s, because if you turn it into a level 4, it still pops off. And so yeah, I think with these two in conjunction, you could kind of just get rid of any problematic card your opponent had. And since it's a stock Adachi too, they really can't do much about it. So, and the Mikey 0 first effect is not that bad either. I mean, it can give a whole lot of power. And even in the red build, you can even choose like the 3/2 Mikey and give it plus 3k. That's pretty substantial for his own climax combo. So I think this combo does have some potential, because it's kind of like pay 1 stock to kill anything, right? So I don't know. What do you think, Checkers? Am I thinking too highly about this?
I feel like, yeah, if you do both in one turn, it's insane, right? You get to kill absolutely anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's the most troubling part, is that you need both to kind of do something like that. Each one on their own,
they're okay cards on their own too.
They're okay.
And Mikey's not bad on the back row for the whole game. It's okay.
Yeah. I see this being more viable in like the yellow builds, the choice builds, or the blue. Because standby, I don't think there's much room on stage to really play both of them.
Fair point.
That's where my mind has always been on in this
Oh, okay.
On the standby build. But yeah, I don't know. It's not bad. I think it can pull it off, but needing 2 cards to kind of accomplish that, I don't know.
Fair enough.
Next up, 3/2 Draken, 10k power, continuous. If you have 2 or more of that 0 Takemichi that sends itself to memory, in your memory, he gets -1 level in hand, and if he's in the front row, all your revenge characters get 1500 power. So we wanted to mention this because it's a notable like standby target and a standby build. It already works with the decent level 0, so if you do run that, you have the plus of being able to bring him out early with a pretty easy condition. Having him in the front row is great. I mean, he's a good standby target to get rid of one of your characters that has already attacked. He can pump the rest of your characters, and even more importantly, he can give power to the level 3 Mikey, which is just, he's a solid standby target in that build for sure.
12 standby, double or twin drive on the 2/2 Smiley.
Yeah,
man, like I think because of that, this Draken is so good. If it was like in a normal standby deck with just 8 standbys and no twin drive, but like, damn, like you're probably gonna be pulling off one of these per turn, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And damn, seems annoying. Seems annoying to fight against.
Next up, we got this crazy guy.
This card is broken.
This card's kind of crazy. 0 Hanma, 1500 power. If you have 5 or more hand, this gets +1 level and plus 1500 power. And the character across from this and this card cannot side attack. And his other effect is Interceptor. So at the start of your opponent's attack phase, you can move him to an empty front row slot that has a character across from it. So pretty insane. I mean, 5 or more hand in the early turns is easy to do. He's 3k level 1, no suiciding. 3k is pretty good power to hit. He's an interceptor, which is a good effect, you know. But on top of all that, the opponent can't side. That's insane. You can put him in front of characters that you know can't reverse him, and then your opponent is forced to ram himself to get one stock and do any damage. They can't. Your opponent can't side. It's just, this is a crazy card.
Why is this card so good?
I don't
It's
know.
so overloaded. And you only need 5 cards in hand, so you could actually play 2 Hanmas.
Oh my God.
And then, like, your opponent just scoops, man. If they don't open up with a 0035, it's lights out for the level 0, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're screwed. You're going to be losing so much advantage. And some sets just admittedly have, like, crap 0 game, like Nijigasaki, right? Like, and this card is just going to push that weakness even further. Yeah, like, if your deck already has a bad 0 game, this Hanma is just going to just make it so much worse. Yeah, so this honestly seems mandatory in all the builds, right?
Yeah, this Hanma is crazy.
Yeah, if you run in with some kind of assist too, like boom, even stronger. You run with the 00 PR Baji, 4500 level 1. I don't think you should be running that, but hey, like, it's there, you know, but this card is crazy.
It's just an uncommon.
Like, why though?
It's crazy.
Crazy. Next up, we got this 1/1 Takemichi 4/5. 2 effects. If the character across of this is cost 0 or lower, he gets +1 level and +35 power. And second effect, he's like a pseudo backup. When your other revenge character is friend attack, you can send him to the waiting room. If you do, choose one of your battling characters, and he gets +2500 power. So as a standalone card, he's pretty meh because he costs 1, but I think this is possibly the standby target of choice for the standby builds, because he's a pseudo backup, so he keeps all your characters safe. He's like big body against cost 0 characters, and because he gets the +1 level, they can't side against him, which is super annoying. So they have to attack him with your stronger characters, which also protects your other characters at the same time, right? Because they have to kill Takemichi with a cost 1 or cost 2 character, and at the same time he defends your other character. So this Takemichi just kind of requires a lot of attention for your opponent to play around, and if they don't, then they're going to have a pretty tough time breaking your board. Either they're going to leave this Takemichi alive, or like your other characters are just going to crash into your other characters because Takemichi is going to back them up. So this card seems really frustrating to fight against. I mean, pretty much he's a 1/1, 8k +1 level, and he protects your characters. Like, such a good standby target.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is so good for that build.
I know, like, this card might be that little extra juice to make the standby build like crazy strong.
Yeah.
Because it all seemed kind of standard. Well, the 2/2 Smiley is kind of insane with 12 standby.
Yeah.
And now we got this Takemichi, like, and you got the 00 Hanma, like, oh my god, that build
all these cards that we've gone over kind of just rounded it out, right?
It
Now
really does
solid.
make it so
standby.
solid. Yeah,
This
like,
is standby.
like, I was kind of thinking the choice. Well, I guess we'll go over that later, but this card is insane. I think. We think. Crazy good.
Next up, we have another crazy card. Kind of wild. This level 0, Kazutora, 1k power. He's just a common. When he gets reversed by battle, if the opponent's level is X or lower, you may reverse that character. And X is equal to the number of copies of this card in your waiting room. If you have 3 of him in your waiting room, he's a level 3 suicide. That's broken. Costless. Insane.
Low key, yeah, like, anything suicider seems kind of frustrating to fight against. Your early job's dying to the 0/0. Can't really do anything about it. Feels bad. If at worst he's a 0 suicider too, which is not terrible. I mean, it seems pretty good if your deck can like mill a lot early. Then
Can the set do this?
see, that's what I'm trying to think. Can it really abuse this Kazutora? It's not like they don't really have cards like on play, like discard mill,
Yeah,
or like on
not
reverse
too much.
mill. I mean, they do, but they don't. You're kind of. I feel like you're forcing yourself to run that. But I mean, oh, the Mikey on play mill.
Yeah, that card is a good one. I mean,
Yeah.
they have like one good Miller,
Yeah.
but what about Pachin and Payon?
Oh, I mean,
Spammable.
100% the Pachin payout
Mhm.
mill. This is gonna.
He's
Ooh,
in that.
if there's something Pachin somehow cannot kill, Katatona's got your back. But nonetheless, I think this card, or we think this card has potential. Like, it's kind of crazy, right? At its best, it's pretty good or really good, and at its worst, it's not even that bad. But they just have so much good zeros. It's like, do we really have space for this?
Yeah, there's so much.
I want to set with insane
All reliable
zeros.
though. Like, it has an insane level 0 game for sure.
God damn.
And still on the busted level 0 train, we got this blue 0/0 Mikey. 20 or 1500 power. When he's placed on stage from hand, he gets X power, where X is equal to the number of your opponent's characters times 1k. And his second effect, when he's played, you can place one revenge character from your hand into your clock, and then look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose one character from among them, show it to your opponent, add it to your hands, and the rest to waiting room. This Mikey is pretty sick, honestly. For what he does, it's costless. You take 1 damage to filter out your hand a bit. You get to mill through 5 cards, and then he can potentially be pretty big. Like,
full field 6/5.
Yeah.
He kills the standard 1055s.
That's crazy. Level 0, 6/5. But even in the early game, I mean, 1 or 2, you can have an easy time reversing something. This Mikey is a really strong blue level 0.
Good early game, good early/mid game too. Both effects are really quite solid, and I don't know, it's just kind of crazy.
How?
And it's 5, it's not even 4 too, and just gives that a little extra push to make it like crazier.
Yeah.
And you can grab anything, no level restriction. It's not like a 1 or higher. So yeah, honestly, this card is so good.
Bushiroad was hiding so much.
Yeah,
these leaks, man.
Low key, man.
Some of these are crazy.
Yeah, super crazy. And that is all the notable cards we believe are in the set that we have not talked about already in Leaks of the Week. Overall, we think the set, as you can tell, is extremely powerful. I felt like as we were going through, it's like they have a lot of strong cards, but maybe they're missing that extra little push to make it really strong. But I think seeing the entire set and having those extra really good zeros, and yeah, honestly, the zeros really kind of bring the whole set together, right?
Yeah.
So the builds we think that are going to be the strongest, probably standby, right?
Yeah, I agree. Standby.
I mean,
Looks the best.
Yeah, really strong 0 game, Hanma, and all the other crazy zeros. Level 1, you got like that 1/1 Takemichi, so juicy. Got the 2/2 Smiley, 1/1 Draken. You got 12 standby now. Oh my gosh, so good.
Such a great standby target, no matter what stage of the game you're at.
Yes,
it's pretty nice. And some, like when you're fully relying to hit those standbys, it could be rough. Like in Niji, it can kind of brick, right?
Oh yeah.
But you don't have the weaknesses of that kind of build. Like you have brainstorm access to a good brainstorm. You have milling level 0 that you can run. You have other ways to plus with level 0s, and as it goes on, the build gets a little stronger. Like you have twin drive. You have a bunch of good targets for your standby at any point. It's like, I think the build, it potentially is crazy insane.
Yeah, these these standby targets also have great utility, right? Like 3/2 Takemichi assist, GG against some decks. You got a 1500 global that you can reliably get with Twin Drive and 12 standby. You got a defensive offensive backup. You got a crazy zero game with Hanma alone. You got a crazy strong brainstorm with Emma. And like
you got Mucho to filter out easily.
Oh no, that's true. No. Yeah, you can salvage easy with Mucho. I mean, you could run the 1-0 Takemichi from the TD or the 0-0 Takemichi to get extra stock. You got consistent way to grab cards with the 0-0 Hina from the TD. This set has so much utility and crazy strong power. It's just so good. It's just so good.
On paper, it seems crazy good.
Yeah.
Really, it really does.
Yeah. I mean, like, oh my gosh, I just want to play with or against this set. Like, it seems so fun and really strong.
Yeah, I want to see it in action.
Doesn't seem fun fighting it though, low-key. So, yeah, we think standby is like, I was kind of thinking the choice build at first as we were doing the leaks, but these last few cards, the 1-1 Takemichi and the Hanma convinced me like, this is it. This is the build. And the 3/2 Draken, like, and the 3/2 Takemichi assist, like this is it.
Yeah, those cards.
No doubt.
Oh my god.
And next up, probably choice, either 8 or what, 27 or something?
Yeah, so, max choice.
8 choice to 20 choice, your choice. Your choice.
God.
Yeah, the Takemichi build also seems quite strong with the choices. Like, this is more of your standard build, right? Like, Takemichi is a decent game ender. And running him's not too bad. You got like a global level assist with Naoto, which is crazy. You got a solid level 1 with the Hina Takemichi. I mean, this deck is just very standard, but it's like not terrible, right? Doesn't really have that extra juice to make it good. Like if you're running Hina Takemichi with just standard 8 choice, it's like just a very standard build. It's okay, but it's not great. So maybe you will need the Goon Squad, maybe just to make it like, different from the other standard or different from the other like 8 choice decks, right?
Yeah.
Because without the Goon Squad, it's just a normal 8 choice build that doesn't seem like substantial in any part of the game. Yeah. But with the Goon Squad, you have the potential to like really, really pop off.
Yeah.
So we kind of think the Goon Squad build is better than the standard Hina Takemichi.
Seems more fun too.
It also seems way more fun. Like, so can you imagine?
It's so tight, dude. Double triggering, you're fucking getting like a 6 choice. Stock? Dude, you get 1 million stock. Oh my god. That's a tight build.
Yeah, for sure. And then imagine attacking 5 times level 3 Takemichi and you still have enough stock to use the 3/2 backup. Your opponent's just screwed.
Dang.
And all that is possible with Goons.
That's the one.
Yeah. And then after that, I mean, the set only has 3 colors, so we're very limited in builds, but either the Baji Blue Go Explode build or maybe the Great Wall of Peion and Pachin build, right?
Oh, shit.
Both of them are kind of memey. I don't really know if one is stronger than the other. Maybe the Pachin, the Peion seems kind of consistent.
Kind of.
Yeah. You could...
Man.
Yeah. And your zero game is just crazy with Hanma.
It could be legit. Like, it really does sound tight. Like,
right?
Plus, Brainstorm, 16k field? How's this possible?
It's not possible, bro. Or, so...
Dang.
Maybe Peion and Pachin a little stronger, but we'll see. But that's it for Tokyo Revengers.
They did a cool job with this set, I think.
Yeah, they made it very flavorful and very strong. So we're hoping our friend Domo comes home soon so we can play with it.
Oh, fuck.
I know.
Get smashed.
Get smashed, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it, guys. Let us know what you think about Tokyo Revengers. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Good night.
Which is gonna be Love Live Nijigasaki. Oh, God. Get hype. Right, Chuckers?
Yeah.
That's right. We'll catch you guys real soon.
Peace.